Hello everyone! Welcome to today's stream. Sorry about the delay there. I had to just get ready. It's a big stream today. We're finishing Disco Elysium, 100% for sure this time. Let me reposition the camera a little bit. I don't know, that's better. I guess I just used the integrated webcam on my laptop. So nothing fancy. But yeah. Oh. I was kind of rushing just to get the stream started. I got my water and everything. Game sounds a bit louder than usual. Yeah, it's just because I've been letting the screen stay on here for a while. And the song builds over time. Let's hop back into it. We're in the Sea Fortress. Yesterday we met or discovered the Deserter. That was pretty rough on my voice, but it was great. And we discovered the Phasmid. That was really cool. It was a great stream, to be frank. Where am I? I'm on the top level. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the mainland. I don't know how much is left. I don't suspect much could be left. That's why I'm certain I'm going to finish it today. Even if it's like 3 hours worth of content, I'll still finish it today. I didn't realize where I was for a second. It probably won't be 3 hours worth of content though, I'm quite confident about that. It'll probably be less than 2 hours. But what's the saying, better to err on the side of caution? But before we leave, I need to hear this theme again. It seriously replenishes me. I love this song. I've listened to it in my free time a few times. It's great. I'm gonna do one more thing before we get into the thick of the stream. The other thing I wanted to do is also shout out Ice Cream Lover 253. They were the latest follower. They followed off stream, but they finally replaced that silly bot's name as the latest follower tag. So thank you especially to Ice Cream Lover 253. Really appreciate it. I would have normally appreciated it anyway, but I mean I especially appreciate it now, because I didn't want that bot taking up the slot the whole time. The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock. Let's return to the mainland. We're done here, he says, adjusting his glasses as he looks out over the water. The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. It's a nice change of pace. I wonder if I can just bring this a few centimeters closer. Would be nicer. Yeah. Sorry, that's probably making a lot of noise. I just wanted to bring it a little bit closer. Perception hearing. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland, waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. What if the credits roll right now? Okay, yeah, never mind. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff. I've already mentioned this, but I'm going to be playing a lot more of this game off stream. I don't know how much more, but I just wanted to wrap up some of the quests that I didn't get to, because I can just go back in the saves. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing that, and I encourage all of you to play this game and have your own little adventure. I need to enunciate better. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff. I'm actually a little anxious about it. It's like very exciting. We've played this for a long time. Oh, Lillian's not here. Oh. Just when I got the opportunity to put points into suggestion. Oh, is that what he looks like? I was thrown off for a second. I'm used to seeing him with this very silly wig. But anyway. Look what the tide brought in, says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the Warning in Rags. But where are his sunglasses? Wait, you're the man with the sunglasses. Did you get those answers? We got a lot of answers, Arshiv. So many.
And you're bleeding.
Yes. Forget about all this. There's a giant... No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant.
Just, yeah, that's some dialogue.
Fuck it.
Also, how's it going, Arshiv? Let's not get into that. Forget about all this. There's a giant.
Not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
He points at you with both hands. Look at you. Oh, good, bro. I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing all right. I didn't do much today. I basically just read a short story and that was it. Enjoying the weather, yeah. But I mean, I wish I got more done. I'm also enjoying the weather. I mean, who are you people?
Hello. I'm Trent Heidelstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Weren't you the guy who spoke about the tech convention or something? This guy?
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicmar, and this is your special task force, or what's left of it.
He says, gesturing towards his companions.
Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Oh, Judith. Okay.
Hi.
Thank you.
We have come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kimki Soragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island where our investigation led us.
He points to the sea fort. The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your
We
actions.
might need your help with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence. As if he recalled that he's, in fact, a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
No, Kim, you've got to have my back. Let's destroy them. And way to feed me to the wolves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsaragi.
She says warmly, flashing Kim the tiniest of smiles. Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed of the hellstorm that's about to befall you. What's this about?
Harry, we want to help you. Trant, I believe this is where you come in.
Sure.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science.
Okay.
My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level.
He made air
In
quotes.
fact, I should probably get going.
Okay.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now.
Okay.
What
He-
have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Okay, he turned to us. What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Wow. What an interesting moniker. Yeah, what is that? You. That's you. Maybe you've deserved it? Ah, we failed to check. Oh well. I didn't know I was here. The cafeteria manager screwed you over. Wait. Oh, wait, sorry. The cafeteria manager you screwed over told us where you went. Yeah, sure, let's do this. Speaking of which, the giant aero graffito in front of his building in red government marked fuel. Did you do that? No, it was this one junior delinquent. I don't know. He squinted at you suspiciously. It had you written all over it. You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde. Guilty as charged. He exchanges a look with the special consultant. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on. He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was. Actually, I suspected something was off. Maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized I knew you. Sure. I'm clinically depressed, Harry. So if I wasn't in the mood to butter you up after you told us to screw off. Okay, I had that coming. Had what coming? Not recognizing people you work with every day? He squints. Brain damage. You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman. Point at her. So Trent Heidelstein turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein. Yes, I'm Trent Heidelstein. I never said I wasn't Trent Heidelstein. Wait, what was up with the kid then? Mikhail? Mikhail's my son. Oh yeah, what was up with all the interesting history spying me? Oh, okay, sorry. No problem. So what are you special consulting here? What indeed? He looks at the dilapidated shacks they knew. I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Koenigstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory. He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on. Duped again. No one's who they say they are. Sure. Duped. Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily. Governor, scab leader, this, turn to the lieutenant. Tell me at least you are who you say you were. Yes, I'm still Kim Kitsuragi. Still a lieutenant from Precinct 57. Still caught up in this crossfire too. You mentioned a task force. Yeah, Major Crimes Unit under Lieutenant Dubois and Vic Meyer. Ring any bells? Refresh my memory. Who else is in this? Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trent, Heiderstam, and Guillaume Bevy. He stares at you. I'm technically just a civilian advisor. Screw you, you're part of this now. Yeah, first who's Guillaume Bevy? Oh, that's an interesting story actually. He's not smiling. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good, then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Trent, because I'm forcing him to stay. Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses? No, don't say that! Oh wait, is this Guillaume Bevy blonde with sunglasses like you were? See, there! He wags his finger at you. He's getting it! I was impersonating him! Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny. But then you really did have brain damage, so not so much anymore. He sincerely thought it was going to be amusing, for both of you. Okay, so what does the unit do? It's a major crimes unit! We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We're F tier now, Harry, because of you. The 41st isn't, he trails off, not wishing to finish the sentence. Okay, well, let's say this thing to the patrol officer. Lieutenant, she says with a heavy sigh, my name is not horse-faced woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. Thought we were friends. We're still friends, I just have a stupid head. Okay. Another sigh. Okay. Because you're my commanding officer. I really want to respect you. I want us to have normal relationship. There's no article there. That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training. Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal. God damn it, Harry. He shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks you in the eye. You told us to screw off. You said we're cramping your style. You're detective god. Screw everything. All will burn. Detect or die. This is hurting my voice a little bit, but it's fine. Why didn't you detect or die then? Why would you leave a literal police god? Why didn't you detect or die then? Oh, you think it was cool, you saying that? Aesthetic somehow. You were crying when we got here, breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss, so we screwed off, he says, like you told us to. None of this is ringing any bells. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trent turns to the blonde. This is where you come in. How bad is it? Well, he doesn't have visible tremors. He talks without slurring. He can drive a boat. He's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic. Meaning you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, pale, and so on. As displayed with the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, he makes air quotes, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting. Interesting? Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, he turns to you, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not, socioeconomically? Wait, socioeconomically, you think I'm so poor I lost my memory? It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2mm hole in the wall. Unlikely. I'm a highly experimental detective. This was a method I used to solve the case. Something, no. Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism. Wait, socioeconomically. I drank so much I lost my memory and I'm now slowly recovering it. Sure. He is. He's getting better. And I can confirm that he drank a lot of alcohol prior to it happening. I believe he drank. He turns to you. People do that, especially this one. What they don't do is forget their whole life because of drinking. But Detective Vicmare, she interjects, he has blinked out before. I have? Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. He pauses, remembering. One was after the 2 drunks case. The other when we looked into that mural. So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it. Prepared. That's where you would have gotten the idea. Yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak. What do you mean? Well, here is my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. He gestures toward the scenery. Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape. To borrow a known metaphor, Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market, he nods confidently. He just needed for it to end. Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the Major Crimes Unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that. He is not a cretin, and he is able to do work, if not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective. Line detective is good for now. For now? He looks at you, then at Trent. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the potty, or do we need to get him on a disability pension? What now? Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. Really? No, now we discuss that! Punch to the water. What the hell did you do to our motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? Hold on. In the ocean? Feign ignorance. I was stolen by Jacob Brewery. That wasn't me, it was stolen by traffic hooligans. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk. The time had come, tequila sunset! I don't know what it's doing there. We know that we drove it when we were drunk, sorry. So refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. He exhales to calm his breathing. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge. Got my badge right here. Show it to him. Legendary failure. Interfacing. In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic and the badge slips out of your hand. Okay, let's try. Try to catch it. Oh, we failed. You juggled the badge for a second unsuccessfully and lands on the ground some 2 meters away. Ouch. You strained your elbow trying to catch that stupid thing. Damn it. He found it. The patrol officer picks it up and gives it back to you. Slippery and cold. He found it, John. It's his badge. The man stares at you unimpressed. And your gun? As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. Ooh, conceptualization, thank you. What is all these material objects. What is it with all these material objects? Gun, gun. Just repeat gun. Gun, 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 gun. Gun, gun, gun. My gun is right here. Show him the video is 9mm. I upgraded my gun to a rifle. Gun, badge, card. These are all things. Things don't matter. People do. My gun is right here. Ooh, he has it. And he didn't drop it. He wipes his brow in mock relief. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. I quit drinking forever. It's only me in this boring hellhole now. I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then, huh? Master Conspiro. What's up? Final. Yes. Hello. Welcome. We're finishing the game. I think. I hope. I'll go until I finish it. He's wounded. He looks at you. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse. No idea what you're smelling. I watched death off me. Wait, it may be because of the pheromone. No, we washed that off with the shaving. Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse. Yeah, it's been a bit of a week. I'm sorry I smell bad. I think that's the most reasonable answer. None of this matters. My odor situation, it's meaningless compared to what I've discovered. Yeah, it's been a bit of a week. A bit of a week. He squints. You're drunk, and you let the suspect escape a certain glacier because you were too drunk to assess her flight risk. We've read the reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsuragi's. We know. Glacier? She was some kind of spy from the Occident, specially trained. No. Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island. I wouldn't say it was the right thing to do. Okay, I got deep there. She pulled one on me. As an act of mercy. No. That's just a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about. That doesn't matter. None of it does. We are looking at the Occident Holocaust times. Oh, not this again. Yeah. The Pale. There's no need to be so finalist defeatist about it. Okay, I got deep there. She pulled one on me. I mean, this is true. Let's be honest. I always go with honesty. Duped again. Not for one moment do I believe you quit drinking. He rubs his face in frustration. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect who also escaped. Ruby something? Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peon now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. There we go. Compared to the 8 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was mass murder. He did everything he could, the lieutenant interrupts him. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. Here comes the cavalry. He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot, not once but twice. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. I also solved the case. Yeah, it was a massacre, we got wiped. Where the hell were you? The firefight is a trivial matter compared to the greatest discovery of this century. The Phasmid. I'm just sorry. Let's not do the sorry cop thing right now. Also solved the case. It's solved, all of it. Detective, it's better if I do that, he says in a lowered voice. It's so much better if he does this. 1,000,000 times better. Thank you for your input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. He thinks of apologizing but decides against it. He brushes a stray strand of hair out of his eye and coughs. I'll do that. You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take? On the case? On Lieutenant Yefreta Dubois. Well, he pulls up his collar. The drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge, that's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week. See? 1 week! Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize profusely. Oh, are we getting our report? That's nice. Making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's just strange. Especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist. A man of the center, not prone to political outbursts, which is commendable, but also at odds with his behavior. But still, he is also a Matsovian socio-economic. I'm not I didn't express the communism route, but alright. He's also a Matsovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view I do not know, but he is vocal on both of them. And there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. He breathed in sharply, but despite all this... let me do a sharp breath in. But despite all this, he's a great detective. One of the best I've seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when we stopped to sing karaoke. Which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. McMahon. It was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out. Kim! Thank you! I feel so validated. Oh, I'm about to weep. No, I'm not really, but I mean, thank you, Kim. That feels good. Okay, he did something. Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator locked on the island right now, awaiting transport. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species. New species? A colossus-dicked insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid. Takes out the photo and shows it to the officers across the yard. Thick white snow falls all around you. Flakes stick to the glossy photo of the phasmid. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind. As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered. Oceana. Boom shakalaka. Mofo. So as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective. Say nothing. Effing hell. Is that? The hell is that? The man cranes his neck, still looking at the... I have to clean it up a little bit when I'm speaking, I'm sorry. Is this somehow connected to the case? Detective, he turns to you. Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation. The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, fell into a stupor after its appearance. Became near catatonic. So it is connected. I must say, this, he points to the photo, is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it. Yes, it really does make it hard to find the drunk. His hard eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away. This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now, you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never. Also start a nightclub in the church! No! Don't say that one! We are not going to say that we started a nightclub in the church. Also, the phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest. Well, I mean, that is a point. The killer, Lelianovich Dross. We have a strong motive for him. Strong motive. Strong motive. I don't feel that. The previous head of the Deborders Union was assassinated by our killer. There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found. Oh, that is good. I also looked into the mystery of the doom. No. Let's say this one. Yes. Fallen through a gap in the boardwalk, drunk. How did you know I found him? The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff. You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. It all comes back to us. Still, she says quietly, good work with the missing person, detective. Still a point for you, no denying it. The killer, we have a strong motive for him. Lelianovich, the special consultant raises an eyebrow. A revolutionary matronym. A revolutionary matronym? The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Prasovich, Larsovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name, instead. Oh, I see. This man's mother was Lillian. Okay, unrelated to Lillian though, right? He's Lillian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol. So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called. Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. Turns to you. You said you have a motive. Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy. Wasn't quite sure about the straggler before you heard this detail. Must have convinced him. He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the union. Actually, I'm not sure that I have a motive. Add another thing. He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. Jealousy. I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years, 70-something. A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the Phasmid and his chemicals. He himself gave a political reason that he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to. It's a clean win. Oh, it's way more than that. Way more. It's more than that. A perfect folding mechanism, like the Phasmid. It's way more than that. I'll win her back with this. No. My masterpiece. They'll teach this in cop school. Did all I could. Every second was a struggle. I'm still not completely satisfied with it. It could be just a little neater. My masterpiece. They'll teach this in cop school. I did all I could. Every second was a struggle. Let's say it's my masterpiece. Why not? Masterpiece. He rolls his eyes. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind. God damn it, doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It will pass in time. The previous head of the Debardeurs Union was assassinated by our killer, I suppose. The lieutenant lowers his voice just a little. This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open in Martinez, where Everett and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere. And eyes too. Your return from the island must not have gone unnoticed. Understood, of course. But a case against Everett would be big. The consultant too has lowered his voice. I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related or political neutrality. This has to be good stuff for him to be backpedal out of it at first mention. Also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area. He shrugs. I don't know what the doomed commercial area is. Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10. Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10. A commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it. The curse turned out to be possibly intrapenetical. I'm trying. Intraponetical, I think. Part of my larger investigation into Martinez itself. Nah, let's go with the first one. Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here. There was a fridge we needed, and a possible witness. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay. Of course. She turns to Vicmare. Call it community outreach, right? Dodged the bullet there. For a moment it seemed like you were just wasting time. Also, the Phasmid was female, the reeds are its nest. Female? What makes you think so? You, had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. The nesting behavior too, I think. Incredible! Were there eggs in the nest? Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though. Turns to you. It had gathered items in its nest, a helmet and a scope. Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates. I still think it was female. Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. He pauses, turning something over in his head. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs. I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis. As in cloning itself? What makes you think so? Just a hunch. Well, then it wouldn't matter if it's male or female. The Barrow would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation. My bad. That makes sense, yes. Very interesting. He looks around, quickly assessing the coast. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here. It had mandibles that looked like hair and was completely white on the inside. Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green. On the outside, after unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs. Incredible, he repeats, turning to Vicmare. The PR value of this is exceptional. Cop discovers new species, maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much. This would really help with some of the problems we've been having. Absolutely. This is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This is science, news, human interest. He smiles. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo. Without it, he shakes his head. You're doing good here, perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead, or no? Let's not say that one. Let's just not say that one. So what do you say? Want to take this hot stuff back? Should we say it? Why not? What was that? He covers his ear, the wind blows. It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church. Yeah, I did some kids a solid, turned their lives around. Oh yeah, let's say the last one. That's great. Entrepreneur is a great new career for you. After police officer. I don't care. Go live in the Pale. 4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned. So you put them in there. It's okay. It's not that okay, but get off the subject. Now. Do it. Okay. So that was all the side quests that we covered. So what do you say? Want to take this, want to take me back? I don't want to. But you discovered a new species and solved the murder. He shrugs. So, I have to. Jude? Quick nod. Anything that ends the trial is okay with me. Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go. Yay, we returned. Okay, he sighs. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go. Wait, I have a few questions before we go about who I am. Man looks westward impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket. Who am I? Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. What? Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but before? Before you were a cop. You were a gym teacher in Quran. She looks around. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe? No way, I was a flagellant monk. A special forces gym teacher? That does explain a lot. I mean, we can run a lot. That does explain a lot. Hey, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair, the collection of fallen sportswear I've amassed, some of your more old school wording choices, your posture even, the constant stretches. When was this? When was I a gym teacher? In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then. He looks you over. You said in Quran. I was a gym teacher there? Yes, you taught gym in Quran. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher. The smell of sweat and glue, the worn floorboards. Quran is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building. High school, Harry. Your goings on with Kuno, Andre, Estelle. The whole thing on the ice. That's why you're so juvie. The smirks are just barely contained laughter. Why did I join the RCM then? The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that. You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. Air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope. Okay, I see now. I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher. Why am I like this? It's not a mystery. Some chick screwed you over. Also, you're a drunk. Some chick who? Dora something. Dora England? That would understand why we would confuse that with Dolores Day. He thinks, yeah, you mentioned her name. Not Dora Dubois, but Dora England. Something like that. Vasen. Vaza is where beautiful and impossibly blonde people come from, so we weren't even married. No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. When was this? God, I don't know. He thinks 6 years ago? She was way before my time. 6 years and you haven't gone over it. What the hell is wrong with you? 6 years! Yeah, or 7? You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora England really tore you a new one. A big one. Who was she? Incredibly bangable. No, I mean, what did she do? She was incredibly screwable. A beautifully bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically. Snow Welkin, Blonde Welkin, Heartbreak Welkin. Is that meant to be like a redfish, bluefish show? I don't know. I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from. Look, she turns to face the sea. The sun is about to go down. It's time to go home. I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, or des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle class chick or the drunk. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this stuff. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? Pauses to think. A forensic psychiatrist. Go talk to that. In other words, he's heard enough about this. Okay, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre? No. Okay then. No, because the suspects seem to think you're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you. I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit. You would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you, it's not that bad. Oh, great. Precinct 41, what kind of station is it? Us, we're the bloody murder station. Haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us. That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price. Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to... Tilts his head northward. Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the seaming. It's not good. Torsen and McLean? We're just gonna get all the info we can about our lives. I don't mind. Mac, the Torsen, and Chester McLean, charges an hour. You're not fit to run a wing. Believe me, things are shaky as it is. I think I've changed accents 3 times with this character. They are damn iconic though, Torsen and McLean. An iconic duo, I take it. Yeah, not like us. 2 clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We're garbage. And the sea wing is... God, he sighs. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of Lewis's and clock punches. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake. There's also a lot of outside help involved. Not only me. Smiles. Other losers too. He's anything but a loser, although you would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way. And Price is... Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM. He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky. Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May. Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance? Point to the church. So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press. Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear. What happened? Why did we need to go there? Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is Z tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up. He means it. The RCM's enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Perception hearing. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters. Ooh, thank you, perception. Sorry, I work in the bloody murder station. Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps in the coffee corner. A lot of good people work there. Hard, every day. Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Revachol. Fallberg technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us. The press will blow over, he says in a reassuring tone. Jamrock is lucky to have you. and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it. Thank you again, Lieutenant. The Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP. Who is Lena? She lives at 113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock, remember? A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid. Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live, on Perdition. She looks at Vicmare. Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway. She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change. She is going to be over the moon. Watch out for or she'll faint. Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now? Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all of this. Then I'll have a serious talk with my captain. About what? He pulls up his collar and looks around. The cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glass. I think I know what this might be. Detective. We just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet. It's going to be a hard spring for the Elysium. We need to get ready. Infiltrate. Investigate. Want to do that at Station 41? Talk to Captain Price. I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering. No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41. Work with Price. A crooked smile quivers on his lips. I'm flattered, but I don't know if I would fit in. Am crazy enough, can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss. Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered. The lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden. I would have to tie things up in GRIH first, but I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor. And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant, she says with a smile. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even. I do like the sound of that. Oh, baby! We got the achievement recruit Detective Kim Kitsuragi. He returns her smile. He's really considering it. I'm ready. Let's roll credits. This was a good, happy ending. I'm actually surprised. Good. She looks at you, then Vicmare. Screw it. Let's go. The man points down the street. Trant brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock. Apparently we can go back to the deserter for some reason. Why did that unlock again? That's weird. End. The great district hums in the slowly falling snow. A chessboard of wooden houses. 80,000 living souls and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see, from Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street forking into the white horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, or Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Thorson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstam? No. Vicmare? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price points his pen at the doctor. It's dim in his office and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. And when he does, he'll side with Revachol. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minot? Of course. Wonderful. The woman looks north. And can we please just go back to Jamrock now? We did it! Is this the good ending? Is this the happy ending? It was surprisingly happy. I also want to hear this music. Yay! So much talent went into this. It was an amazing game. I think it's like one of my favorite games of all time now, because like I can't think of a moment where I didn't enjoy it. A lot of great voice acting as well, and Mike W. Goodman, wow, you did a lot of work. It felt very alive. World building. I mean, it was really inaccessible at the beginning, I think. A lot of it was very confusing. But, I think, the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. It's that type of game. It's really a lot like a book. The more you think about it, like a complex book, a lot of themes, like the more you think about it, the more you enjoy it. But, you know, not everyone's inclined to do that, and they're not obligated to either. So this game's obviously not for everyone, but I think it's pretty great, and I would recommend picking it up for yourself and having your own playthrough. I'm sorry that I'm talking over the credit music, but I'm sure you can also hear it pretty well. Wow. It did murder my throat, though, this game. A lot of voices that I had to replicate. Oh, I'm clipping, sorry. Why is that so loud compared to my voice? Weird. I expected it to be a lot sadder. Also, the music was really enjoyable. If a bit, like, purely atmospheric at times. Oh, a lot of stuff. A lot of intertextuality. The music was done by British Sea Power, and I think they did a really good job, actually. Oh, was this made in Unity? Mankind, be vigilant. We loved you. 2019, wow. I started this game last year. Is there still more to do? Can we still move around? I've got the movement cursor. Nope, we got booted to the main screen. Yay! What happens if I load game? Okay, it only has my save from before the stream started, it seems. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that literally just ends it, which is interesting. So, yeah. I mean, that was really great. I expected to cry. I thought there would be something really sad. Because this game did get very sad at points. But I don't know, maybe I just played through it in a way that was like, really... what's the word? Conducive to a positive ending. Or maybe the ending's like what you make of it. The way you play through it, you'll get what you want in a way. Like, I don't know, I wanted to achieve everything, so I did like all the side quests that I could. And I didn't do all of them before the ending, but I did a lot of them, and it was like rewarding me for that, so I felt good. But maybe if you don't want to do any of that, it would be like, oh yeah, you're a detective who's just so focused on the case, and you managed. Maybe they'd say that, and you'd be like, oh, I'm satisfied. So I don't know, maybe it gives you what you want, maybe it doesn't. I saw some people complaining about how sometimes you'd get kind of soft-locked in terms of making, well, not soft lock, but you wouldn't be able to progress the plot because of like stat checks. Like you didn't invest in the right stat, and then there's like a mandatory check that you just haven't been able to pass. Most of those are white checks. I think all of them actually are, which means that you can retry them if you find a way to invest points in it. But to me, people are like, oh, that's terrible. To me, I read it as like, that's part of it, you know, it's meant to portray an actual struggle of an alcoholic, and a cop, and just a person in life, and you'll come across times when you don't have anything you can, when there's nothing you can do, you just don't have the skills, you don't have the people around that you would need to achieve something, and you get stuck. That's true. You can consider, I consider it like a fail state, which is an ending in itself. I mean, we did die once, like actually die once, and it had like this funny newspaper headline. That was like a game over screen or a fail state, as some people have called it, which I mean it's a correct term. But yeah, to me those are all valid endings, because I think your playthrough of this game is basically unique to you in a way. I definitely got that feeling from playing. How many hours do I have in this game? Is this scene set up? I don't know if it is, but we can try doing. I don't think it is set up. Oh, it is. Okay, well, hello. Is the chat on this one though? Doesn't seem like it. I just wanted to check how many hours I actually have in this game. And then, yeah. Then I'll probably just end the stream there. Let me check. Let me open my Steam library. I have a total of 52.9 hours in this game. One playthrough. It's 52 hours. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of wasted time because I would start it up before the stream and then, you know, just have it play for a bit so I could get the music for my stream starting soon. But yeah, I mean, that at best totals like 5 hours, I think. So you can subtract 5 hours. There's really an ant on my computer. Wow. Yeah, so 45 plus hours. It was a good game, and you definitely get your money's worth. I'll probably do like a full review of it and post that somewhere in some way or shape or form. But until then, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you had a good time. I had a surprisingly good time with this ending. I'm very satisfied. I feel like I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't cry. But that was great. I almost got really sad in like not the last stream, but the one before it. Oh yeah, that one was rough for me. All the stuff that had to do with Harry's ex. Although we found out there that was really superficial, and I'm a little bit skeptical of that. I feel like they could have done something that was a little bit darker, and they would have succeeded with it. But that's fine. That's fine. I respect the vision. I think I like the optimistic message. I like optimism. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a shorter stream, but we got an hour's worth of content out of it, and I thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you again on Thursday. I guess we'll have a new game. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure what that'll be. I'm going to keep playing this in my free time. Not as frequently, probably, but yeah. Maybe I'll share my thoughts on it in a future stream. Until then, thank you so much. Thank you again to Ice Cream Lover 253 for fixing my new follower card, I guess, label, because it had a bot's name on it that I could not get rid of. And thank you for just following the channel. Yeah, goodbye everyone.